So last year I picked up an iPod Classic from Goodwill and I absolutely love it. I'll post a link to the video below that I did on it. This really was a game changer. It could hold thousands of songs, even play movies, TV shows. It was and still is awesome. I mean, I love this thing. I've been using it a lot since I first purchased it last year. Definitely feels nostalgic to use, but using the iPod Classic got me feeling even more nostalgic, specifically about how I used to listen to music when I was a kid of the 80s, which was mostly on cassette tapes on a boombox or the Sony Walkman. So, with that nostalgic feeling in full force, I jumped on eBay and purchased a Walkman along with a couple of cassettes. I remember going on car trips to my grandparents' house almost on a weekly basis when I was a kid, and my dad would listen to the radio. He would listen to the oldie station, and I absolutely hated it. I just didn't really appreciate his music at the time. But when I got a Walkman, I was able to listen to my own albums, my own music in the car, while my dad could listen to his oldies radio station, and I could listen to mine, no problem. So here's how I received the Walkman from eBay. It came with some headphones. Not sure if I'm gonna use these, but nice to have. The Walkman cost me 26 bucks plus $5 to ship. Not too bad, but prices can vary depending on condition. I saw a lot for parts only listings, and ones from the early 80s that still work can go for quite a bit of money. I mean, take a look at some of these prices. 2 grand for a Walkman. I remember they also had a quote sports model that was yellow. I think the big attraction to that. Oh, there's one. I think the big attraction to this unit was it was waterproof, so it was safe to go around a pool or a beach, or you could jog with it. So as you can see with the unit I got, it was basically wrapped in a couple of rags, but then it was wrapped pretty tight in this saran wrap you could see. So I was a little concerned at first, but it looks like it's in, pretty good shape. So yeah, this actually looks super clean. This looks like it's in excellent shape. Pretty impressed with the shape that this is in. Now, I do remember having one that had a belt clip on the back. Unfortunately, this one doesn't have that. Was pretty convenient when you were walking around, but this thing could still fit in your pocket. Cassette tapes were how I listened to music in my early childhood. I had a boombox on my desk in my bedroom. Sometimes I would record my favorite songs off the radio, and I would order from Columbia House Music Club and get a whole bunch of cassettes at one time. It was completely awesome. Of course, then you would get albums that you didn't want on a monthly basis, and if you didn't send back the little card, you kept getting them every month. So let's take a look at the cassettes I picked up. First one here is 5150 by Van Halen. Looks like it's in good shape. Absolutely great album. One of my favorite Van Halen records. The opening guitar riff on the song 5150 is incredible. If you've never heard this one before, definitely recommend a listen to this. It's absolutely incredible. Okay, now let's check out the second cassette I picked up. This one was wrapped pretty well. It's from a different seller. Think I'm gonna have to get the scissors for this one. This is the Joshua Tree by U2. Another great album here. As I can see, this isn't the original plastic casing. See, it says TDK. This probably came from a blank cassette tape, the plastic casing that is. But other than that, the cassette looks like it's in pretty good shape, looks pretty clean. Okay, so now I'm going to see if this Walkman is fully functional. I'm just gonna use these headphones for now. Probably not gonna keep these or use them often because, they came from somewhere else. So let's plug this in. And first thing I'll do is test out the radio. Funny thing about these units is you see there's a TV button. I guess you could pick up TV signals if you wanted to, so you could listen to TV back in the day. I think that's kind of funny. All right, so now I'm just going to try to tune into a radio station. And I can tell I picked up one here. It's a little staticky. Sounds like a commercial is playing right now. Obviously, when I do get some music playing, I can't really play a song for too long. But let's try another station here. And yeah, this one sounds good. Again, I can't really play the song, but this sounds pretty good. And now I'm just going to see real quick if I could just pick up an AM radio station. Yep, and I got a news radio station there. So that works well. Okay, so now the big test here is if cassette playback will work on this unit. I have high hopes. So let's try the Van Halen album first. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, and it just sounds like it's almost on half speed, so that's not a good sign. So yeah, that's definitely a bit of a bummer. It doesn't seem there's any speed playback, like half speed or anything like that on this unit. So I'm hoping it's just the specific cassette, the Van Halen cassette I put in here, and not the Walkman itself. So now I'm going to try the U2 cassette and see if that works. So as you briefly heard, the U2 cassette tape worked, so really, really happy about that. So I think the Van Halen cassette tape, unfortunately, sounds like it's defective. So, really happy that the Walkman actually is fully functional. So what I'm going to do is try to get a refund. Cassette didn't cost me too much money, but I'm still going to just let the eBay seller know, and hopefully he'll give me a refund. So just a little info on this particular Walkman that I picked up. This is the WMFX281, and it was released in 2001. So it was one of the later Walkman models. It, played cassette tapes, able to play FM and AM radio, and like I said before, even TV signals, or you can pick up the audio from local TV stations, which, a little strange when you hear about that now, but I guess people did that back in the day. Sony actually stopped selling cassette Walkmans in 2010, and when I heard that date or that year, I was actually surprised they sold them for that long. And just a little bit more of history for the Sony Walkman. It was released in 1979 and it cost $150 when it was first released. Now, $150 in 1979 would be the equivalent of about $670 today. So, yeah, when it first came out, it was expensive. I am looking forward to getting some more cassettes and listening to them on my new, for me, Sony Walkman. I gotta tell you, my kids think this thing is amazing. Their minds are just blown that this is how people listen to music back in the day. So that's going to do it for this video. If you had a Walkman in your youth, let me know in the comments below. Which model did you have and how long did you have it? Please hit that like and subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And if you like these kind of retro tech videos, let me know in the comments below as well. Thanks again for watching.